Alright guys, thanks for tuning in iCup TV, your Epic Caster iCup Fits here. And this will be game number 2 between Black Dragon's Krots and against Rep's Fofo. So spawning in the top left, it will be the brown Protoss. It will be Black Dragon's Krots, who successfully did get a 1 lead over Fofo, who's going to be spawning in the bottom right on Fighting Spirit, my least favorite map of all time. But regardless, we're going to be watching this replay because that's going to be fun. That is Brood War. Fighting Spirit is the most common map in general, and Fofo will be the Zerg. So, if you guys just didn't know, Fofo, statistics of this guy, he's Russian. He's been playing since Season 19. His max rank was when he was in Season 20. And when he was a B- 1v1 player, and currently C-, and his current stats right now are 26 and 17. So he has a positive win rate, nothing too out of the ordinary, probably average, probably. Compared to Krots, who is going to be our Protoss player, who looks like he's going to be going for a Forge Fast Expand right about now, and that's probably what he's going to be putting down the pylon right about there. So we will be seeing that, and that's probably the correct judgment call. I mean, that's standard anyway, but I mean, cross positions on Fighting Spirit. If you guys never realized, I mean, the rush distance on this map is absolutely ridiculous. And going back to Krots' stats right here, is Chinese. He's been playing since Season 22, so he's probably at least on this account, I should say, he's been very, very frequent. Very recent, I should say, excuse me. And then he's C+ right now, and he's 63 and 27. So that's kind of a huge win rate, but otherwise nothing really out of the ordinary for either player. Krots, I mean, he played very, very well last game, and we did see that. I'm just trying to actually think back, because it was yesterday. You guys are probably watching this VOD right after that. And guys, I do apologize. I'm trying my best to, I realized that I was making these kind of like deep breaths and stuff like that, and it was just really, really bad for some of the earlier casts. And I'm sorry. I know I'm really entertaining as it is. I hope at least I am. But I'm going to try to fix that and not go for these and as nearly as frequently. But let's see how this is going to play out. But we will be seeing a Forge coming down as well, coming out of... Oh, whoopsie. I made the same mistake again, but... Man, so we will be seeing that Hatcher coming down as well right now. And again, I made the same mistake. I forgot to press the fast button twice. But we're back up to that instead of like 15 minutes of the game like one of the earlier casts. I think that was last game, actually. But we will be seeing Hatch before Pool, so that just means essentially what Fofo is going for this game is just no super aggression. And also for this game, for game number 3, Fofo is going to be averaging 230 compared to Krots here, who's going to be averaging 187. So, a significant APM difference between the players. Now, at that high level, like I was saying last cast, I don't think it really matters. It's not like 110 compared to like 200 or 250. They're standard around the time. And if you're utilizing 100 APM, keep in mind that is pretty good. Like for like individual tasks instead of spamming. If I think Krots is a player that's actually utilizing that APM to the fullest versus someone who's just spamming like this over their probes all day. I mean, that might be part of it, but I mean, hopefully speaking that he's using that APM pretty well. But no cannon with a Forge Fast Expand though. Was that a No, I saw. Was the gateway down before? Well, he must have saw that there was no link pressure coming out right away right now, and he's nom-nom-nomming his way through that spawning pool right now as well. Coming up the natural, just a couple drones, nothing out of the ordinary for that. And Cybercore is coming up fairly quickly. No, I don't think he's even getting a Zealot. No, he's playing a little risky, but he's getting up 2 cannons, thankfully, though, because he doesn't want to have a link run by. That is the wackiest third location you could possibly take in this map. I'm going to go take the third of your opponent. And the reason why this is so wacky, number one, that's his third, and that's where he would expand. It's not like where Fofo would go over here and then he would be where Krots would be expanding to his opponent. That's not the case at all right here. He's just going right for it. I mean, I guess he won't scout it super fast, but if he does happen to look at that area quickly, for example, he wants to make sure there's no kind of proxy going or whatever. That might even be a proxy hatch, but I think it's just going to be standard 3-base play coming out of Fofo right now, and we'll have to see if that's going to be Spire or Hydra. No, we're going to be seeing a Hydra. I think what he might be doing, he could go double Hydra Den if he wanted to get up a faster push, which might be able to, you know, get around the storm timing. But we are seeing pretty fast tech coming out of the Protoss. I mean, we did see pretty fast Cybercore, and we'll be seeing Stargate coming up right now, and +1 should be starting sooner or later right about now, as they did do a Forge Fast Expand, but a little more differently than I'm used to. This is probably the least common build I normally see. I normally see Forge Cannon Nexus, Forge Cannon Nexus. I've never seen Forge Gateway Nexus double cannon. I've never seen that before, but you know, whenever he wants to go, and he will actually be having Hydra though. This base will help him though. I mean, the reason why I say that is that he's going to be able to bring units down here much more quicker, be able to reinforce it. However, it could be susceptible for a Protoss army just to run up there, because keep in mind that the other two hatcheries are, you know, fairly far away from that and is susceptible to a, you know, pretty much an army coming out there. But he will be pushing out with 3 Zealots right about now, and we will not be seeing +1 at all, actually. So he's actually kind of high on the gas right now. I wonder what he's saving it for. Possibly High Templar. Do we have High Templar tech? We do have Citadel of Dune coming up right now. It is completed, but we're waiting for leg speed to complete right here. I don't see these Zealots doing too much, but there really isn't much to defend here on the natural right here, and this could be pretty bad right now for Fofo. You need to retreat with these Hydra back home, and there's no speed coming up yet, and that speed is on the way, but it's only about, around the third away done at this point in time. And still, Krots has no idea about this third location right here. It's not being mined right now at all. He's just getting more Hydra. But one of the bad things about that extra hatchery not being anywhere near is that he can't use those Hydra to help out with that. But there's more than enough Hydra to hopefully clean up with these elves for sure. He might be able to get a probe kill if he tries to go for it right now, but he's just going to let that Zealot probably get foddered, die from the link here. He's even microing his link around there, just making sure that that Zealot doesn't get any cost effectiveness, which is not bad. Keeping that Ling alive, and keep in mind that Lings have very low HP, so they will regenerate that HP, their full HP, you know, fairly efficiently. We will have fast archives coming up without +1 though, getting a lot of cannons though. He does see this Hydra push coming right here, and here it comes. This could, let's see if Fofo can break down Krots, you know, coming back from this. I think he might have more than enough cannons for right now though, but keep in mind though, he doesn't have Storm. I think he might just start researching it. Yes, he just has, so it's only about a quarter of the way done here, and he's not going to have Storms right now, but he doesn't have enough Hydra right now, especially with the upgrades coming right now. He doesn't really have enough right now to reinforce this at the moment. He needs to get another wave of Hydra right here, but he needs to find a timing before, DT's going to be here, and he's not going to have an Overlord in time, which will actually have to make this push go back right now. But where's the DT, though? It actually isn't coming out right now, but will that High Templar get sniped off, though? No, it will not, but to take some damage with the DT will start slicing away there, and this means that he's going to have to push back here. And if one thing to learn from this right now, what Fofo did incorrectly with this, he started his Overlord much later, and because of that, he's not able to push. Fofo could have kept up the pressure right here and might have looked very differently. I mean, he will have Storm up right now, but just being annoying right here. The Overlord is super slow, also because he's on speed. But that DT will be seeing that base though, but he will have an Overlord in position thankfully though, and we'll actually start getting a couple drones on there, but a little late at this point in time. You know, a little awkward to do this. I'm surprised. I mean, I get where he wanted to do a 3-base timing push right here, but it just seems awkward where he wouldn't want to start, you know, mining out his third. Why want to kill off the Krots third, but he might get a free Overlord kill, but only one Corsair. Has he stopped production? It doesn't look like he's going kind of he doesn't look like he's going. How should I say? He's not showing signs to continue production of Corsair. It looks like he was only getting 1 or 2 just to be annoying right here, as this Hydra can't. All he can do is either A, go back to the base where he's not going to be able to do aggression, or B, he's going to be able to go for aggression right here. But there is a DT here. Did get 2 drone kills right there, but there are 3 Hydras here to defend that Overlord, and does have 17 HP though. But he has a pretty big army, but now he will have 4 Storms, if not more. This guy will probably have about 2 Storms by the time the engagement here happens, and we'll probably just talk about this gateway. Still never got that +1 though. That would help significantly. Here's Storm going off and completely not Storm dodging. He was just not paying attention right there, and pretty I shouldn't say uncharacteristic, but he's just taking those hits significantly, and it's really starting to hurt him right now. That Corsair is still reigning free over the base, but still 0 kills on that Corsair, just being annoying. And potentially, if he comes in there for another round, though, these Overlords do have significantly less HP. This guy has 33. He could come back for a second round if he'd like to, but he will be checking for a third. But this base has somehow survived. And I don't know what Krots has been doing this entire time. He has 5 gateways. He has 5 gateways. Where is his army? He's 57 supply to 58. So Zerg is actually, normally at this time in the game, Protoss actually has a higher supply. It just depends on how their units go, but he's just not at a higher supply right here. And what he should be doing is here, getting these storms off, get a couple of defensive High Templar over here, and then break off this hatchery here. That's what he needs to do. The Zerg has a big economic lead, but he's going to be going for it. A lot of storms are going off. Hydras are not storm dodging, and there's a lot of Hydra blood and guts all over the place here. But he did break through the whole cannon wall, but you know, in the end, that's really not going to really matter, because all those cannons will instantly come back up if he comes down for another round here. But now he has nothing to defend this base right here. Only a couple Hydra will probably trying to put down a creep colony, but there's just going to be too much stuff coming out of Krots here. And things are looking kind of grim right now for Fofo right now. He's just not going to be able to reproduce this. He never took another expand behind that aggression. And, you know, that's one problem with going this 3-base timing, is sometimes if that timing push doesn't work, Protoss will be in such a position where they didn't take economic damage, and they're all already off 2 base and off a 5 gate, and they really didn't lose much of their army because there are a lot of nice storms going off. Then, I mean, they have their army while the Zerg doesn't. I mean, they can try to reproduce their army as fast as possible, but I don't see how that's going to be possible. And, oh my goodness gracious. I think this might secure a lead for Fofo. I mean, for Krots right here. And those Hydra will be making those Hydra and Zealots, excuse me. Those Zealots are going to be kind of annoying right here, but still no +1. No, +1 has finished. I didn't even notice that, but I guess he got somehow squeezed in there. But going to be trying to defend for as long as he possibly can here. But, well, I mean, also, I mean, to be completely honest, the Protoss army isn't that. But, I mean, we're looking at 28 supply. Nice storm going off, but storming mainly his own army, though. And things are looking very, very grim for Fofo right now. These things are not going off. And Fofo just leaves the game straight up. Which actually means that Black Dragons has successfully won this series. Now, I've kind of realized I've done something incorrectly here, but I will get to that in a second right here. So just to quickly sum up this game, Fofo went for a standard 3-base timing push, but he put his hatchery in a very peculiar spot of the third, the natural third, like the third that he would take anyway, just because of the position, the spawning locations, both players here. Now, keep in mind, if you guys tune into my other cast on Fighting Spirit, I'm not going to say you have to, but I always point out, though, especially in Replay of the Week, you normally find them because a lot of those games are on Fighting Spirit. But let's just say, theoretically, Krots was on the top left like he was, and then Fofo was on the top right. If Fofo was on the top right, Krots would not take that third right there because he would be expanding to his opponent, which means Fofo would have a much easier time, denying that third. So he would go down to the bottom a little to the south part to around the 9 o'clock, I believe, is what that position is. Maybe around 8:30 might be around that expansion position. But nevertheless, he took that. So he wasn't going to go for that 8:30 position. He was going to go for that 12 o'clock, that his own third, because it's much easier to defend. But weirdly enough, Fofo took that base. It might have worked if he found the timing to go in before all the cannons were finished and Storm was finished, or he didn't lose the 8 Hydra as he did from just being idle and not Storm dodging. That could be another thing. Fofo just lost a lot of Hydra from Storms, which kind of hurt him. But also, Fofo, keep in mind though, he went a build that, sometimes isn't the best build in my opinion, just because you go for this 3-base timing push here, but what tends to happen is it normally either kills. It might even be an all-in build if you can call it that. I mean, even though Zerg is off a 3-base, what tends to happen is either Zerg can steamroll over because the Protoss is completely unprepared, or the Protoss is prepared for the 3-base timing push, 3-base Hydra timing push, and they get the storms off, and they don't really take much damage. They may lose like the 8 cannons like he did, but cannons don't really matter. He still had his army, and he still had the mine in the probes mining, which means those Hydra killed off static defense buildings, which really don't do anything. So from that time, Protoss can go quickly for a counterattack because the Zerg doesn't have anything. We saw at the end of the game it was like 27 supply to like 75. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. So that's kind of what happened. I think what I always tell a lot of Zergs to do, I think what Fofo could have done is just, he needs to find a good way to engage. That game would have looked differently if he had those Hydra maybe defending the 3rd, for example. Or maybe defending, or just, camping outside the base. Because Zerg has a much better time engaging in open areas, so outside that bridge, keep in mind it's not on the high ground like Jade would be, he's going to be okay if he camps outside that base, because he can get the best concave he possibly can, so that the Hydra do as much DPS as possible. I rarely see that, but that could be an option he could have done, because Hydra tend to clump up very well, which don't attack all at once, so if he's able to get a nice arc like Lings do, he wouldn't be in the worst position for that engagement. Storms are good, but also storm dodging would be another thing. So either storm dodge or just get a better map, or just get a better strategic positioning when you're engaging your Protoss. Because in Fighting Spirit, the choke to the Natural is very small, so keeping that in mind. But we will be going on. Now, the error that I did see this game, and I'm really sorry about it, but we did see that Black Dragons did successfully win this because it is a best of 3. But there's actually game number 3, and I think I can't go through each of the replays. It's just something I can't do. I just want the time for it, but maybe I can try. Maybe just for you guys. But the fact of the matter is that we're gonna go on to game number 3, even though Krots did lose. So you guys can already tell who won. But if you guys don't know, spoiler. But if you guys are just gonna tune in that, go for it. But I will be casting that because I just want to get as many games out to the community as well. Even if you guys don't really care about the who wins or whatever, you're watching Brood War. We're showing support for the community. We're showing support to the players is why I do this. And they give out the epic moments of the game. I was actually writing just a quick off track. You do not need to listen to the rest of this video. But I'm part of a photo class, and what I was talking about, how photography and StarCraft kind of intermix. Now, not to say that they're the same thing, and not to say StarCraft casting is an art form, but like I was saying, I like photography because it captures the moment of something. Like the same thing with StarCraft casting. I cast to get these epic moments there, and I record them, and you guys get to see them. In a way, it's an artistic form, but I just thought I would share it because I like doing this for the moments of those epic battles. I love doing this for the moments of the players GGing. I love to see those happen. I love to add my own excitement to the games for you guys. And, especially when it's live, it makes it that much more interesting. So that's why I always recommend checking out live streams and etc. But a little off track with photography and StarCraft. But we will be going to game number 3. So that will be very interesting. Alright, thanks guys for watching for iCup TV, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.